Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to the Multiverse News broadcast. Our top story tonight is that the Thor trailer dropped last night, the second one. Chris Hemsworth had tweeted a video saying that the trailer was going to drop and that it was going to blow our minds, and he did not lie. We got a great look at Natalie Portman as Lady Thor. The 616 Thor is no longer sporting the extra weight that he had in Endgame. He's quite slimmed down and chiseled now. We finally saw the main antagonist of the film, Gorr the God Butcher. Now in the comics, Gorr has sworn to kill and destroy all the gods because they did not answer his prayers and pleas to help his dying wife and children. And so at first, after that, he just didn't believe in gods. And then once he found out they were real, he swore to kill them all. And so that's going to be the main villain of the film. And we got a great look at him. He's played by Christian Bale, and he looks super creepy. There's different scenes or different phases of the character and how he looks, and that's because he's being corrupted by, I believe it's by his sword, the Necro sword. It corrupts him. He feeds off darkness, and so it corrupts him in that way. We also saw both Thors and Valkyrie on what appears to be Olympus, and they're answering to who appears to be Zeus, which is very cool. And then later, fighting Gorr, we see Valkyrie using Zeus's Thunderbolt, which is very cool, his lightning bolt. Our next story is another trailer that came out, She-Hulk. Now, She-Hulk did incredible numbers. They did 78 million views in just 24 hours. Unfortunately, a lot of the narrative surrounding that trailer is not good because of the questionable CGI. It doesn't look polished yet, but they do have a couple months to fix it up and polish it, and I'm sure that it's going to look fine when it comes out. Daredevil is rumored to appear in this show as a fellow lawyer of Jennifer Walters. Now in the comics, Jennifer Walters is the cousin of Bruce Banner. She gets in some sort of fatal accident and she needs a blood transfusion, and none other than Bruce Banner is there to give her the blood, and that's how she gets the gamma radiation and she turns into She-Hulk. That show premieres on August 17th and it will last through 9 episodes. Speaking of Marvel Disney Plus shows, Echo has released a still image of the series. Alaka Cox is sitting there reprising her role as Maya Lopez. Fans hope to see Daredevil also in this show, as he is the love interest of Lopez in the comics, and he is also arch rivals with Kingpin, who was the villain to both Maya Lopez and Hawkeye in the Hawkeye show. And we're led to believe that he's going to be coming back for this show. In the final step in the Daredevil saga, he has been all but confirmed for his own Disney Plus show, actually. It's going to be a continuation of the Netflix series. Expect this news to officially break soon. It's very exciting. Deadpool is rumored to make his MCU debut. This tweet from the official Deadpool movie Twitter handle says, "We've nailed down brand integrations, story, character, and script next." This is great news for Marvel, as Deadpool is a beloved character. He's super funny, super cool, super just very different from really any other character, especially in the comics and in the movies. It will be a challenge to fit that sort of character into what the MCU has already done. He's not so family friendly. He's a bit more vulgar, as is the action scenes of his movies, but it says they've nailed down the brand integration, so we'll see what they come up with. Marvel has acquired the rights to the likeness of Stan Lee. They now have the ability to digitally recreate him, which means we could possibly see him reprise his roles in the cameos of the MCU films. But it also means that they can use him on merchandise. I think that a lot of people have some reservations on putting him back into the films, which I can understand. But selling those coffee mugs with Stan Lee on it, or T-shirts, or whatever, people are really gonna like that. I think that's gonna be a good move. Namor the Submariner, who is going to make his MCU debut in Wakanda Forever on November 11th, has taken on some significant changes to his backstory. He used to be hailing from Atlantis, but now in the MCU, he's going to be from a submerged city in Mexico. Also reportedly having ties to the Aztec Jaguar god, which we know from gifts that the crew of Wakanda Forever got on the set of Wakanda Forever. Marvel said they made this change to differentiate Namor from Aquaman. DC's Aquaman came out in 2018. It was the most successful DC film and grossing over $1 billion at the box office. Moving on to the Star Wars side of the news, it's a big week. Kenobi comes out Friday, 2 episodes, and then this week's also Star Wars Celebration, and we're expecting a lot of big things to be announced there. In preparation, Vanity Fair did a Star Wars article highlighting all the upcoming shows. They had The Mandalorian, Ahsoka, Kenobi, and Cassian Andor. We got a lot of interesting tidbits from Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni. They talked about using the volume, which is like that 360-degree chamber with screens all around to get the scenes that they want rather than green screen or blue screen. They talked about using that and how it's really changed the game, and now there's not just one, but there's multiple. They also talked about there was a bit of not controversy, but a little bit of conflict when coming up with the Baby Yoda idea. Jon Favreau was very much in favor of Baby Yoda, but Dave Filoni fought him on the Baby Yoda thing. He did not want to, he wanted to preserve that mysteriousness of Yoda, because we don't know what his species is. We don't know where he comes from. And Filoni wanted to really preserve that and not have too much light shed on it. But ultimately, they decided to go with Baby Yoda, and it was obviously a big hit. People love Baby Yoda. The design they went with was great. He's cute, but also weird looking at the same time, so they did a really good job. Attack of the Clones celebrates its 20th year anniversary this week. During a press interview for the Kenobi series, Hayden Christensen said that it's really nice to feel the love for his portrayal of Anakin from the fans. Our last story is that the Kenobi show comes out this Friday. It's finally here, May 27th. We get 2 episodes. The following episodes will air on Wednesdays, which means that we will get, it's a 6-series show, which means that we'll get the first half within 5 days, that's a lot of Kenobi, which I'm really excited for. Hayden Christensen said that it was a very easy decision for him to return to the role. He got the call, and he didn't have to wrestle with it at all, he said yes, pretty much immediately. But of course, our most special story is that you tuned into MNB this week. We hope that you have a great nerdy week. Catch our video on Friday, and we'll see you next time. Good night.